age of the influencer is over. The time of the buck has come.
All right. So today I was learning about some vitamin C. I thought it froze there for a second. I was watching this doctor's interview, and he said that um, the amount of vitamin C. Let's say you get sick, the the amount of vitamin C you have present in your body will determine the severity of the symptoms. And so, if it's really bad, he had some woman go up to 200 grams of vitamin C each day for 2 days, and then her cold went away. And so apparently it has something to do with your body's ability to uh, it's add electrons to a free radicals and to neutralize them that way, and that's what vitamin C does. Vitamin C facilitates that in your body. And if I remember correctly, hopefully I'm doing this right. Otherwise, oh man, it's going to be a real piss take. So, and he was talking about the other effects of it. And so, like a baseline sort of the way to determine whether like your vitamin C dosage, because it changes from person to person, is to just find how much you can take before you get diarrhea. And so, I'm gonna try 15 grams in one day for a few days and see what happens. Hopefully I don't crap my pants. Not that there would be anything new there. When I did my squats last week, I got that popular Instagram video, 430 for 20 reps. Actually, I got Tom Haviland like that, which was kind of cool. And anyways, that was a rough set, if you know what I mean. And so, yeah, I'm gonna try 15 grams, split into 3 dosages, and on an empty stomach. That guy's his protocol was like you're doing like 30 grams at a once. It's like every 30 minutes or something if you have a really bad cold. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. And so vitamin C facilitates with like collagen synthesis, red blood cell production, endothelium, like the constitution of it, and then obviously a free radical scavenging. It's an antioxidant. And so there's also reactive nitrogen species. I don't know if it deals with them, but I'm going to try that. And earlier today, I saw this guy who was most likely, we'll say, intellectually handicapped or just extremely low IQ, although what's the difference? I saw him call upon the power of the Lord and to help him crush a gumball between his thumb and finger. I'm not making this up either, and he did it. And then he said, with God, nothing is impossible. And so it's good to know that God's helping him with party tricks these days. And so that's the state of Christianity in 2024. And he had a bunch of videos like this. He has like 40,000 something followers on Instagram. My friend sent me his video. I'll bring it up quick. My friend here is doing, he's doing just these triples with this weight. And on his other day, he's doing the normal, like, I don't know what you call it, just normal bench, dynamic bench. Yeah. I don't do any special stuff. It's just up and down. I've been doing the starting strength and obvious linear progression, and then I just carried it all the way up to the lifts that I have now. And the only real limiting factor is your ability to recover and partition nutrients. And so you can basically just keep it going forever if you eat enough food and take enough steroids. Yeah. Maybe I can find this before that. What is this guy's name? Strong Man for Jesus. So you can give that guy a follow. Check him out on Instagram.
All right, it's time to be enlightened. This video was sponsored by Squarespace. This may be a hot take, but I think that steroid use gets too much of an easy ride, a free pass on YouTube and social media. That might sound odd to say, considering there are lots of videos online telling us just how dangerous steroids are and why we shouldn't do them, all the risks, etc. But I think with many of them, there is an undertone of, ultimately it's your choice. It doesn't make you a bad person, don't think any less of you. And there are pros and cons, and there are easier ways to go about it. If you're going to do steroids, then just at least make sure you do it as safely as possible. And whilst that's an admirable way to go
21 Anadrols in one go. Let's go.
About it, and I do understand it. I obviously don't think it makes you a bad person. I obviously think you have the right to do whatever you want with your body. But I think by, being a bit relaxed and trying to be fair, you actually end up downplaying just how silly and lame steroids really are. And in particular, how they actually don't enhance your performance at all.
He elaborates on that. I got like 5 minutes into the video, and then it starts getting absurd before then, but holy shit.
The opposite. So I'm going to use the language now that I often use.
Wait till you see how gay this fucking dramatic part is, okay?
With my daughter, which is to say that, yeah, using steroids doesn't make you a stupid person, but you are being stupid if you use them.
I'm English. I have an accent. I'm smarter than you. You are a stupid American.
I think for many people it seems like something of a trade-off. So you're understanding the risks. You're going into this fully aware of what could happen to you.
Most people aren't.
But you're choosing to do it anyways because you want to reach the very peak.
Here we go, guys.
Of human performance. You want to be as strong as you can, as powerful as you can be. You want to be at the very top of your chosen sport or activity. And that...
Well, this is a little bit of a straw man. Most people aren't taking it for that. They just want a little pick-me-up.
Makes it kind of sound, dramatic and maybe even somewhat romantic, when in fact that's not what's going on here at all.
I took this D-ball, now I'm lame.
Because using steroids doesn't make you more functional. It might make you strong.
Now he's changed forever. And he's lame.
Stronger in some capacities, might make you look bulkier and more impressive, but the downsides in terms of your performance are just as profound as the potential risks to your health. So this isn't a Faustian bargain that's going to make you into a superhero. It's just lame. So for starters...
Yeah, here we go. This is the natty pushback against the enhanced crew.
Steroid use is...
If the enhanced crew wasn't 99% gay, then we wouldn't be having these videos.
Going to impair your mobility, make you more likely to injure your tendons, and cause
the tendon thing's it's true that your muscles develop a lot faster than your tendons. Look at this fucking silly Billy exercise he's doing.
And awkward movement. You might think that sounds...
That's why you need to get your squat up to fucking 500 pounds and actually get some strong fucking joints before you start to use fucking anabolic steroids. Not like, oh, I just got a gym membership and I started taking Rad 140. LGD 4033. Is that Ligandrol?
It's a little bit hyperbolic, having seen, I'm sure, some very high-performing steroid users.
That's a good exercise for your back.
On the internet, but they are the exception, and also they're working against the steroids. They're in that way in spite of the steroids, not because of them. So when you use steroids, your muscles grow very androgen receptors in the muscles.
22 kilo curls. Can you fucking do that?
Which responds to that, and they build more muscle. You increase protein.
I talk about fitness. I have 800,000 subscribers. I don't even curl 50s.
Synthesis. However, you don't have the same blood supply, you don't have the same androgen receptors in the...
I have more functional muscles than you. You are lame, you use steroids. I'm natural. I can jump around, I can dance circles around you, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, and I can fucking take you out. You're so fucking slow because you have too much muscle. Let's say I turn into an Australian again.
Tendons.
When I start...
And therefore the tendons grow at a slower rate than the muscles. This is true all the time, but when you start using steroids, then the muscles are going to go like that, and the tendons are going to go like that.
And then you're going to snap your shit up, dude. You see what happened to Ben Affleck's shoulder?
Increased muscle strength means you're far more likely to pull something, tear something, create injuries that otherwise wouldn't happen. And it actually goes beyond this, because a lot of steroids will also impair your collagen production. And this is a key factor in...
probably just one of them, and that's Winstrom.
Building and maintaining the elasticity and the structure of the tendon.
But I'll say a bunch of them. Oh, here we go. The fighting one's good.
tendons. So with that impaired, they're actually going to be weaker even once they catch up to
This guy doesn't know what inertia is, apparently.
the muscles. So now you've got these big bulbous muscles, but these weaker, tighter tendons that just haven't caught up. And at the same time, you're very likely to develop imbalances because certain muscle groups develop faster than others. Very interested in just smaller
That's
than
it.
others.
If you train like an
and
idiot,
I think
yeah.
that you're picturing right now what I'm talking. It is possible to have big muscle and great mobility and movement.
What the fuck's the point of that? That's for, what is that? Is that for like kicking people's legs out if you're on the floor of a nightclub?
It is possible to be on steroids and have great mobility and movement, but it's
Oh,
much
fuck yeah.
harder. And for
What the hell's the point of that?
some bodybuilders, it can become pretty ridiculous once they stop being able to do things
These are what we call the gimmick things. It's kind of like calisthenics.
like putting on their socks. I mean, is that really what you want? Is that more functional? Is that more
It's like, oh no, guys, sorry, we can't go to the playground today. A bunch of black guys are working out.
awesome?
No, it's not even the black guys. It's the fucking white hipsters. It's like, oh, a bunch of white hipsters are going. Oh no, sorry, we can't use the monkey bars today because fucking Jesse and Chase are working out.
I don't think so. The truth of the matter is that using steroids will obviously make you stronger, it will help you to recover faster from your workouts, and this is going to be a big draw for a lot of people. There's no getting away from the fact that untested powerlifting competitions have bigger lifts than tested ones. If you're plateauing, if you can't lift any more despite your best efforts, then steroids will likely give you that edge and get you to that point where you can lift a bit more. There's no getting around the fact that bodybuilding is more effective with steroids, and in fact you can't even compete in the regular classes in professional bodybuilding unless you're using steroids. That's just the fact of the matter, and I'm talking copious amounts as well.
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure those guys are natural, buddy.
But all of these things come with caveats. So obviously, yeah, you're going to get a bigger bench press if you add steroids and
Bench buddies.
all this, but this is one of the reasons I always want to emphasize that strength isn't everything when it comes to your performance. Because whilst you might have more brute power, especially because you've been training all that stuff for so long, it's not really going to translate necessarily to better movement. Someone who's much bigger and stronger...
This is the normie fucking take. You get stronger in the gym, but you still practice the sport every day. It's like, oh, those will make you slow. No, you're still practicing. Like let's say you're an MMA guy and using steroids. You're getting stronger because you're doing the proper strength training, and then you throw steroids on there as well. But then you're still doing all the practice. Okay, you're punching the heavy bag. You're doing the pop, you're doing all that thing. You're doing your fucking takedown drills. You're doing your grappling and whatever. You're still doing everything else. Or do you think maybe if you stop doing that for a while, yeah, your muscles are going to start to you're going to turn into the Tin Man like me.
doesn't throw a harder punch, a better punch, more powerful punch
Yes, they do. This guy doesn't know what inertia is. If you weigh more, you fucking punch harder.
than a martial artist because they're able to keep their body loose, they're able to
But what about a martial artist on steroids?
reduce the...
Have you seen Alistair Overeem? No, I'm not. I don't know if maybe he got popped with steroids. I think he used anabolic steroids. If you're watching this, don't come beat me up, okay? Have you seen how hard that guy can punch? Have you seen how hard Eddie Hall... I mean, Eddie Hall doesn't have very good technique, but Eddie Hall could kill anybody with a punch.
effect of the antagonistic muscles, the ones pulling against you as you're pushing forwards. They're able to relax the whole...
Remember Eddie Hall versus the two little midgets? It was Eddie Hall versus two gnomes, and those guys are way faster than Eddie Hall. It doesn't fucking matter. It's about fucking inertia.
body. They're able to generate power by twisting the hips, all this stuff.
You can't twist the hips as effectively when you use steroids because the overdeveloped muscles make you slow.
It's why Grant's punches look so much more powerful and quick than mine do. And this is true for all kinds of activities, whether you're sprinting, whether you're throwing, whether you're
He's probably been doing it longer than you, buddy.
lifting something off
And
the
you're a geek.
ground.
Productive powers are a gift from God or chance or a stray shot of sperm or whatever, or whoever the hell wrote your life script. A gift.
Robert De Niro, he's like, yeah, I see. I'm going to turn him into Tony Soprano. Yeah. When I see Donald Trump, maybe I'm not going to turn him into Tony Soprano. I'm going to punch him in the mouth. I'm gonna punch him in the mouth. I stand with. I remember my brother had a good Robert De Niro impression. 2016 Robert De Niro was pretty funny.
Not
no good.
earned. You do not know what I know because you have not earned those powers.
Now, a natural lifter is going to get much better at things like, picking things up off the ground, doing bench press, and using steroids can get them a little bit further in that. But the steroids themselves aren't giving
Way further.
you
But you're not going to be an elite athlete.
those neural patterns. They aren't helping you recruit more muscle fiber. They're giving you that extra muscle, but
They do improve your neuromuscular efficiency because it increases adrenaline signaling, and adrenaline allows you to recruit more muscle fibers.
Ultimately, you have to learn how to use it yourself still. If you just use steroids and you're not someone who's already at the very top of
Neuromuscular efficiency.
their game in powerlifting, you're not going to see
But you're still not going to dunk, because I took a shitload of steroids, still can't dunk. I touched the rim.
a huge leap in strength because you can't use that muscle. I've used this example plenty of times before, but it's like being Captain Ginyu. When he takes Goku's body, he might have the muscle and the strength and the power, but he doesn't know how to use it. He doesn't have the technique, and so
He doesn't have the mental game.
a more frail body is still able to beat him. And this is something I really want to focus on, because I think a lot of guys are so desperate to be tough and to be powerful, so that they're imposing, so they're alpha, etc. But steroids don't get you there, because that isn't what...
Well, this is what he's true, because most of that stuff is the mental game, and lots of people don't have that. Lots of people, especially lots of the guys that just started in the gym, they wouldn't even have a shred of muscle if they were using steroids. Because you can train like a pussy, and if you're taking Trenbolone or high enough testosterone dosage, you're going to look muscular. You're going to be an aesthetic bro.
makes you tough and powerful, and you're only going to get a bigger deadlift if you're already extremely good at the deadlift, and then you're just adding this on top. So for most people, you're not going to see much performance benefit from using steroids at all, really.
Okay, now I'm starting to agree with him.
You'll get those bigger muscles, but that's just aesthetics. You're not going to suddenly be able to sprint faster, in fact, because of all that.
Well, yeah, you are. Ben Johnson, I'm pretty sure I don't think he increased his time, his 100-yard dash or 100-meter dash time by a half second, but he probably added a fraction of a second, or he took a fraction of a second off of it with his
tightness
steroid
we discussed.
usage.
You might well find yourself.
But then he was the guy who got caught. It's because I agree with Ben Johnson that he says the other guys that he was going against were using it as well. It's just he was the one who got caught.
Sprinting slower, especially because...
You know why? It's because he's Canadian. And in the Olympics, there's an anti-Canadian bias. Okay, I don't know. I just made that up. He's from Jamaica.
the added weight.
But
For all those
whatever.
reasons,
The Olympics now, it's like you got all the European countries, and it's just a bunch of black guys.
it's really not going to enhance
Like, man, the Italians are looking darker than ever.
your performance. For the most part as well, it's not going to do much for your cardio. While some steroids will increase your ability to carry oxygen around the body, it will increase your EPA, etc. For the most part, you're not going to get many cardio benefits at all. You're just going to get this extra muscle mass. And again, because you haven't learned to build the muscle, because you haven't earned it by doing more training, your cardiovascular system hasn't, kept up with the rest of your body. So you're carrying around this big, hulking mass of muscle, but you don't have the cardio.
The thing is that it doesn't happen overnight. So this is somewhat true and somewhat untrue.
In order to power it for a long period of time, you're going to gas out really quickly. And if you think this isn't a big factor, then I just invite you to spar with
If you take Cardarine, apparently it gives you a hell of a fucking stamina boost. So that's not a steroid, though.
anyone for 3 minutes and see what a big factor it is.
See? I told you you'd run out of gas. Now take my advice and get out of here. And live to fight another day.
Oh, man. Is that cooler? Why does Frieza have a girl's voice? And it says a girl's name. It should be Friezo.
And then on top of that, you add the fact that you have heart problems from steroid use and that your blood can get thicker, you can increase your blood pressure. You add all that in as well, and now suddenly you're
Suddenly, you got to think of yourself as a hydraulic system. And your heart is a hydraulic pump. And if you have more pressure, like if you have a more hydraulic pressure, the front end loader can lift up a bigger heap of fucking garbage.
actually not only
So next time your mom asks you to take out the garbage, you're like, you could stuff a few more pieces of rubbish in there, Mom. I can handle it.
only not very good at cardio, but also it could be quite dangerous for you, and there's a chance you're going to seriously keel over and die. If you use a lot of steroids, this is a very real risk. We've seen it in people, sadly, as well. So
I think that sort of that happens to people. Well, I mean, that happens to people. They get one of these, and then they get, you know what I'm talking about. But I think that like guys like Dallas McCarver, it's like a genetic issue rather than the steroids. The steroids contributed to it and accelerated it, but it probably would have happened. It just happened 10 years earlier.
for these reasons, again, you're not improving your performance. I don't look at someone who's at risk of collapsing if they chase me and think, what a physical specimen. I think, what have you done to yourself? And something worth...
I mean, if a steroid user starts running and he's a bodybuilder. Well, first of all, the thing is with people that train or are obsessed with training, you're not picking fights with people, because if you get fucking hurt, then you can't work out. And even though you're using steroids and you're more aggressive.
Worth noting here is
and
that...
Well, I mean, you want to be a tough guy and go to prison? Yeah, prison's a good place. That's a good experience to have.
If you look at militaries, most militaries don't use steroids. There have been some exceptions to that, but most do not. And you might...
I bet you most of the guys in the special forces use anabolic steroids.
Be thinking, well, that's because they don't want to harm the health of their infantry. And I'm like, seriously? I don't think that most militaries are known for their morality when it comes to looking after their troops. If they could get benefits from using steroids, if they could make them faster, harder, stronger, better soldiers, you know, what happens to them after that be damned, then you can be sure they would. And they don't...
This is a fallacious argument.
Because they don't want someone who's...
Just because they say they don't use, they don't give their guys performance-enhancing drugs, which is, there's a lot of them that aren't steroids, like amphetamines, for example. Just because they say they're not giving their guys that stuff, doesn't mean it doesn't mean they're telling the truth.
You know, stiff and awkward and bulky, and who's likely to keel over if they exert themselves. That's not a efficient, powerful warrior. And so steroids don't make you an efficient, powerful warrior.
Another thing is...
Of course, a lot of this stuff I'm talking about is kind of worst case scenario. I mean, you're not going to take a mild dose of steroids and immediately be walking around like some kind of gorilla. But the point...
That's the B-roll he decided to throw in there. At least he's...
It is that if you get the full effects of the steroids that many guys want, they come with all these downsides. And if you get lesser effects of the steroids, then you get these downsides still, just to a lesser degree. And of course, it won't work for everyone. A lot of people will take steroids and just not get the results that they're looking for. So you can get extremely strong and build a fantastic physique with no need to use steroids. There are many natural lifters who look fantastic, perform incredibly well.
Mike O'Hearn, The Rock, should I go on?
And they don't use steroids. But then at the other end of the spectrum are the people who have been training really hard but just not getting any gains.
He's like, I'm frustrated that D-Boy hasn't kicked in yet.
And it's those people who might often find themselves turning to steroids. But keep this in mind, if you're really genetically not predisposed to building muscle, then steroids likely aren't going to change that. So you'll get the acne and the hair loss and the mood swings, but...
Well, people say that Jason Blah has been blasting his socks off for years, and he just has... And he's actually done really heavy lifts. And my argument is that if you get like your squat up to 600 pounds, which apparently he's done, then you should be looking like a seriously impressive creature. But I mean, there's if that's true what people say about him, then that would be an example of that. But that's still pretty rare. If you get your deadlift up to 700 pounds, you're gonna be looking pretty fucking jacked
without seeing that transformation to your body. In other words, there's no positive, good outcome here.
Unless you're, it depends how fat you are. But then again, if you still get to 700, let's say you weigh 370, you get up to 700 pounds, then you trim down, you probably have to go down to like 240 pounds. You're going to be looking super jacked.
Either you don't see much difference, you just have new health risks, or...
Although if you weigh 370, you're probably going to bench 600 pounds.
You see a difference, and you get these health risks times 11, and all the other downsides that we're talking about here. Drinking my drug of choice, even though I'm supposed to be cutting down. Hypocrite. And possibly an even bigger reason that most militaries wouldn't want to give their troops steroids is that it does also impair their cognitive function, and cognitive function is really rather important when you're in a...
Yeah, that's only specific steroids, but if you just take like a moderate dose of testosterone, you're going to have a mental edge.
War zone. We know now from studies, for example...
That's why guys who go on TRT, even in like 3 days, your brain fog goes away and you feel like you're 18 again.
That steroid use actually lowers your IQ, and this happens gradually over time, and it's not reversible.
Yeah, if you're taking like insane dosages and you're keeping your estrogen fucking super low, and then also if you're using Trenbolone, Deca, well, unfortunately, Trenbolone is extremely popular. Well, they're all neurotoxic. The only one that isn't really is testosterone. But then if you keep your estrogen really low, it's going to do the same things.
So you're actually becoming literally dumber. Obviously, IQ tests aren't a perfect measure of intelligence, but it probably means that you're impairing your working memory, or perhaps your problem solving, something like that.
But then again, these side effects are easily mitigated. Like, for example, you take acetylcholinesterase inhibitors. You take melatonin. What the hell else can you take? What the hell am I taking? Magnesium, vitamin C. Shit, I got a bunch of things.
Impairing the function of your prefrontal cortex, that's just no good, especially when you combine it with the fact that
Cerebral lysin.
steroid use is going to make you...
But I mean, his argument is like, most people aren't even doing these things. Okay, or at least that's what I assume he means, because most people aren't even aware of these things. And I mean, the people that do steroids, like I know guys who have been on steroids for, I know a guy who's been on steroids for 7 years. I knew more than him after 1 year, and after 1 year of experience and like study, I know nothing compared to what I know now.
More emotional.
So I mean, he like knows nothing, and he's using Trenbolone almost pretty much year round.
Creates roid rage, as we know, making you just angry and horny and furious all the time. But it's also not just roid rage. You also get depression from steroid use. Some people experience depression. You get brain fog, so you feel foggy, sad, angry. Again, obviously, all these things will apply differently depending on which steroid you're using and who you are and your doses and things. But
and how much food are you eating? How much fructose are you eating?
This is a very real possibility, and even if you don't notice it in a big way, chances are it's going to be having some effect on you. It impairs your sleep. I've heard people talking about having...
Oh yeah, another thing to improve your cognitive function. Creatine monohydrate. Apparently you can go up to 20 grams a day. I did that for a little bit because I wanted to get as much water in my muscle as possible. I just do 5 grams now. Acetyl-L-carnitine. Zinc's important.
Having awful nights.
Iodine.
Sweats and their chest feeling like it's getting crushed, which is, not far from an anxiety attack. And in fact, anxiety is another common symptom of steroid use. Does this sound like higher performance? And this is why
anxiety happens if you're taking the nandrolone derivatives.
Some high-profile cases recently of fitness influencers doing stupid things because they can't control their emotions. So again, I'm not looking at someone who's using steroids and being like, darn, they've sacrificed their health.
Another thing is that they're extremely vain people, and they also have to... Yeah, they do crazy things. Maybe he's talking about Mike Van Wyck. They do crazy things because it kind of gets them clout too. So maybe it's somewhat strategic, or it's like accidentally is good for their career.
Look what a specimen.
And then I don't necessarily know if they've weighed the pros and cons of doing their stunts that they've done. People say that the Mike Van Wyck, Jeff Nippert thing was a work. I don't think it was.
And no, I'm thinking, dude, you're destroying your brain on top of everything else. Not only can you not catch me, but you're also not going to be able to outsmart me. They're just, it's just not impressive.
And probably the most of the brain damage comes from poor sleep, because the extra adrenaline signaling, sympathetic nervous drive activation will kind of mess with your sleep, and so that's why if you're just on testosterone replacement therapy, I'm not recommending this, then you're probably not going to experience any of these side effects that he's talking about, assuming you you have all your bases covered, micronutrients intake, you're not like stuffing yourself to the, you're not bloating yourself every freaking meal trying to do like a super bulk.
You need your infantry to be calm,
and then you also do you eat in a small window. You don't just eat all day long and then eat before you go to bed. Some people get up in the middle of the night and make a meal.
And cool under pressure to make...
So you have to, maintaining insulin sensitivity.
Good decisions to, not get overstressed. And in fact, this is one of the main things that they select for and train for. So they're not going to want to make their troops more angry, more miserable, worse at making decisions, less intelligent, less aware. It just doesn't make any sense for them. And again, it's that perception.
Oh yeah, another thing that improves your cognitive function is neuroprotective. Nicotine. Nicotine is good.
What is strength? What is powerful? Because I'd much rather be a cool, calm ninja who's perhaps a little bit slimmer, maybe can't deadlift as much, but is faster, more agile, smarter, more cunning.
And then I kill people in their sleep.
And you don't have to do any training to get there. You just have to not do steroids. I wanted to focus...
I'm going to shoot a poisonous blow dart into your neck when you're sleeping, because I'm a fucking ninja.
Just first on all of these downsides in terms of performance, because I think it's what's so often missed and people probably aren't aware of. But of course, we can't ignore the fact that steroid use also puts you at serious risk of all sorts of things, mostly death. You know, it's bad for your liver, it's bad for your heart, it increases your chances of a stroke or a heart attack, but it also gives you acne, it makes your skin look red and angry, it can make you lose your hair so you turn
True.
bald, it can
I was already balding.
shrivel your testicles, it can...
If you're already balding, then it just accelerates it. Going bald is probably one of the best things that can happen to you. Despite what people will say, it gets the vain people out of your life. And if a girl's not going to go with you because your hairline's not all that good, or let's say you are bald, then you're better off.
Permanently impair your natural production of testosterone, meaning that you now have to use steroids always.
That was my Mad TV lady.
It can create gynecomastia, so you develop breasts. It actually changes the structure of your face permanently.
Yeah, it makes it look fucking better. Well, I mean, I look kind of older, but that's the acne. But I mean, the fucking square jaw looks a hell of a lot better.
It can give you a gut, and for most people, using steroids is going
It doesn't give you a fucking gut.
to mean, you know, buying something illegal online, or perhaps from a shady guy at your gym, which also means you
Dave Palumbo has a gut.
don't know where it's
Yeah,
coming.
because you take a shitload of fucking growth hormone, which lowers your insulin sensitivity, and you're eating 12 meals a day. You're getting up in the middle of the night and eating a fucking meal.
From. Sure, if you go for testosterone replacement therapy to some shady clinic, you're a little bit safer, probably, but in many cases, you just don't know what you're getting, which means that there's a chance you could inject it and it's mostly, you know, I don't know, something else, and you die instantly. Not nice. You can have scar marks all over your body, and a lot of people become psychologically addicted to steroids. They're not chemically addictive, really, but they can be psychologically addictive, meaning you simply like the results too much, then give them up. And especially when you consider the fact that you're probably going to have much lower testosterone production once you stop, meaning you're going to lose your libido and
That's
things
not
and lose the
steroids.
muscle that you've built, which means you're stuck taking steroids forever, which kind of makes you dependent and an addict. And I mean, again, this just isn't awesome. And for a lot of people, it's going to mean hiding the fact that they're using steroids from their loved ones or from, you know, people on the internet.
I tell
It means
everybody.
injecting.
If you hide it, that's just gay. Well, I would hide it if you don't look like you use steroids and you just started out. When the hell? Well, when I used steroids, basically, I told people, well, because I was already strong, and then all of a sudden I put on I put on a bunch of glycogen in all the right places, and then my traps started looking like this, and so I just started telling people. So it was probably like 2 months.
Yourself secretly in the butt when your mum or your partner's not looking. I mean, is this really the life that you want forever? And all of this leaves me to think that there's really no good reason to do steroids unless you're only interested in aesthetics, unless you only want to look formidable because perhaps you don't feel like you have much power in your life, because
Oh, here
you
we
want
go.
to be more dominant. Maybe you've, you know, had a bad experience or something and you just need to get that kick.
Wes Watson needs to do a reply on this guy's video. Whoa, 343. The intro reminded me of hardly anyone's gonna remember this. There's something called 989 Studios, an old PS1 that they made. I think they made Cool Borders 4. We had Cool Borders 3 and Cool Borders 4, which is a snowboarding game, and my brother and I played a hell of a lot of that. Here we go. I gotta finish up this level. I gotta get my men out of the jungle. Ain't no Marine left behind. I'm gonna disembowel the flood and then strangle them with their own guts. Where the hell am I? Am I recording? Yes. That would be kind of embarrassing if it wasn't. Alright. Flashlight on and kind of useless. Do I have a shotgun?
We've got contact. Damn.
Get out of my core. Some guy just commented and he said that Boomer once told him at the gym with a straight face that different foods go to different parts of the body when you eat them. And he said pizza went to the chest. What the heck? Oh, we're shooting our own guys now? Okay, I can do that. Pizza goes to the chest, burgers go to the arms, and milk goes to the belly.
Make sure it's dead.
That's what, like, you've got the little milk belly like a baby. That's what he must mean. That's something new. You know,
Right on. Watch your fire. Sorry. We didn't bring enough ammo to kill all these things.
good. Last time when I tried doing this last night, I ran way ahead of my corps, my platoon. All right, buddy. And they all got fragged. They were all running around with like those parasites on their back, like this guy.
This is suicide, man!
Where's this flashlight's terrible. All right, who's shooting me?
Catch, muchachos! Keep it up!
All right.
Sure it's dead! Keep it up, bro.
Oh, I need some of this. Yeah. Oh, 100. Yeah, I think I just got to go back to rapid fire. There we go. I saved you. You owe me once, soldier. Okay, my whole platoon's dropping like flies. What? Did you hear that? I heard a girl laughing. Okay, this reminds me of... What the heck? This reminds me of Zangar Marsh. For those of us WoW geeks out there. Oh, sweet. This is how you write a fucking soundtrack. Oh, kryptonite.
We must collect the index before we can activate the installation.
Oh, I forgot this geek. This fucking flashlight is very pathetic. Oh, shit. Could you hit the lights, buddy? Oh, look at that guy. Have you ever seen a jumping tumor? Oh, shit. Looks like someone... Kind of like someone, the average Walmart patron. But fast. Not in your way. You know, when you go to Walmart, it kind of feels like you go to... It's going to the zoo, but... Except you get to go inside the animal pen.
Follow me.
Oh shit! I'm already out of fucking ammo. There we go. This'll cook them. Follow you. Okay, just as soon as I blow up all these tumors. All right. There we go.
Oh, hello.
I'm C-3PO. All right, buddy. Oh, I'm out of... Oh, great. Okay. Oh, there he is. This reminds me of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Contains the index. We must get up there.
I remember I watched that movie back when I was in high school. Oh, shit. I'm just gonna... Mind if I drop in? Okay, good. I remember watching that movie at like 3 a.m. back when I was in high school. I woke up in the middle of the night. For some reason, I didn't feel like going back to sleep. I remember I used to get up in the middle of the night, shit for like a year, and I'd watch Star Trek The Next Generation on Space TV. Or Space Channel, or just called Space. I really like Star Trek. And then I like Deep Space Nine even more. Hello. Surprised they didn't get me. Belial. Oh! What the heck? Freaking tumor-rated grenade. The guys can't fucking aim. I've only killed 100 so far. Maybe those little guys don't count as one. Geek. It'd be nice if I had a flashlight on my helmet. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Army just thinks those little guys are busy working. Alright.
The security doors have sealed automatically. I will go access the override to open them.
I assume I have to face waves. Well, that's alright, I can take them.
Please follow closely. This portal is the first of 10.
Huh. This wouldn't be as suspenseful if I turned up the light. What the gamma.
This is not the correct direction. If you do not follow me, you may become lost.
Okay, well, where the fuck are you? Okay.
Puzzling. You brought such ineffective weapons to combat the flood, despite the containment protocols.
Where's the gun? Where's that gun? There it is. I need that gun. It went away. That's what I'm talking about. You are dumb.
The flood must not escape the installation. They consume all.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Alright. This is the portal?
You can see how the body's been transformed by the genetic restriction of a blood infection. The small creatures carry spores that cause a host of diseases.
These guys can't aim worth a shit. Otherwise, I'd be really screwed. Bitch. I gotta go through here. No. Where the hell is he? Oh. Okay. I have no idea where to go. Maybe this way. Yes. Ow. You're insufficiently armed to face the flood. That was a well-timed health pack. Okay. I assume I have to jump this. There we go.
We must continue. This way, please. This installation's research facilities are most impressive. Perhaps we'll have time to see them later.
You're a glutton when you need a grenade. Ouch. Shit. I need an MG42. That's a fucking OP gun. That's what I use if I was ever hunting, I think. That or a flamethrower. Okay. Okay.
These sentinels will supplement your combat systems. But I suggest you upgrade to at least a Class 12 combat skin. Your current model only scans as a Class 2, which is ill-suited for this kind of work.
These guys are way better than the Marines. Oh shit, never mind.
A plasma conduit breach in section 5524 has disrupted power flow to a gravitic maintenance assembly.
Let's fix it. Whoa. Okay. I think. Oh, here we go. That's not good. Activate Windows.
That's a good idea. Flood activity has caused a failure in a drone control subsystem. I must reset the backup unit. Please continue on. I will rejoin you when I've completed my task.
Okay. Okay. Okay, good. Back up. It's good. Let's get into a corner. No, not this fucking gun. Oh. That's what I'm talking about. No, never mind. Nobody shoots my sentinels. Run away!
I am a genius.
I'm the ship's computer with an IQ of 6,000.
The flood only for a short time. Speed is of the essence.
It's funny how they give the 6,000 IQ ship's computer voice like a lower class English accent. No. Wrong button. Stupid.
Oh, hello.
Now I'm all powered up. All right. Oh shit. That guy fucking... He just fucking jihadi'd me. Okay, just a minute. Yeah, put some dip in there. Dip. You got some grizzly? Payback time. Ain't got time to bleed. There's something in those trees. Oh, hello. Spider tumors.
That's a good idea.
Where are you? Get the high ground. Payback time. I gotta do a video on how to be a sexual tyrannosaur. The kissy, the body, the flabby. I'm a social liberal and a fiscal conservative. And I was in the Navy Frogs. It's a special Black Ops tech section of the Navy SEALs, the Navy Frogmen. All right. Oh shit. I tried going Spider-Man on me. Oh shit. Oh, that's a good. Hello. Stupid reload guns. So I need my MG42 with my sidekick right beside me. Okay, who's the wise guy? These fucking guys. Where the hell did he come from? Fucking wise ass. Okay. I just drew a circle around that guy with my gun. Fucking worst flashlight of all time. You gotta be a crack shot to be in a Navy Frogman.
Should serve you well when the flood begins to alter the atmosphere.
The body.
You are a good planner.
Hulk Hogan's a douchebag, and you guys need to form a union. Alright, who's the wise guy? How is he cocking that shotgun? What? Oh, fuck off. Are you kidding me? I have to do this stupid hallway again? Okay. Never mind.
Your environment suit should serve you well when the flood begins to alter the atmosphere. You are a good planner.
Thanks, buddy. If you're in the Navy Frogman, you gotta adapt quickly. Oh, shit. Stupid tumors. I've been on the force for 10,000 years. There's not too many people that's gonna know that fucking reference. Abraxas, Guardians of the Universe. Sorry. Oh, man. I got the throat aids. Oh, for the love of... Okay, they got fucking rockets now? I wonder if they're gonna figure out how to reload. Oh, give me a break. Here we go, I'll snipe them out. There we go, at least that one will bounce. Oh my goodness. Oh. Alright. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, hell, here we go. Thank you. Should I swap? No.